Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Brody. I am joined alongside my good friend and co-host, Tony Cepeda. We're not here to rate on your day like the Chicago weather, but we're here to give you updates on OTAs, address some potential roster moves, especially Jaylon Johnson, which is a little bit of a shock, but nothing to worry about. Tony's got your back on that. The offense is cooking. Kyler Gordan continues to be an absolute ball hawk. Teven Jenkins knows his position, and more keeps coming together. And finally, we're going to quickly hit on Robert Quinn being on the move. There is apparently a mutual agreement between the parties, agreeing for a trade, just waiting for the right offer to come across the table. We're very excited to share with you, but before we begin, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Stupid Car Tray. Tired of your pizza topping sliding, office coffee distracting you while driving, grease and other stains getting on your seat, or you're just enjoying a game on the couch and don't want to lean over? Look no further than the Stupid Car Tray. Visit www.stupidcartray.com and use discount code J16 to get 16% off your entire order. Link in the description.
And now Stupid Car Tray has cup and mug holders. That's huge. I literally take a mug to work sometimes. You can never have too many cup holders in your car. Stupid Car Tray product allows you to be able to place Slurpees, Hydro Flasks, Yetis, and more to be safe and secure during your ride. Use code J16 JAY16 at checkout to get 16% off your entire order.
Yeah, save that money, save what you have to do. Inflation's high right now. We totally get it. We got your back. But one more disclaimer before we begin. There's obviously a topic going around the Twitter world, the Bears fan world. We are not going to hit on any of the Roquan Smith rumors going around Twitter at the moment. We do not know if the information is true or not, but we will share any information on our Twitter or Instagram moving forward when we find out more. Till then, Smith has been working out at OTAs this week at Halas Hall. He is still working. We just want to be transparent with everybody. We've gotten a few comments asking us to explain the situation. We will not be moving forward until the world knows more, until things are confirmed. So that's what we want to put out there. Tony and I want to be just transparent with you guys and make you feel comfortable. So anyway, let's move into what we're here to talk about today. OTAs, second week is underway, and the offense is taking strides. We're going to kick off with that, especially with our man, Justin Fields. Fields came out swinging with haters this past week of what they think of the offense. He said, quote, to Bleacher Report, quote, just because the team doesn't have a big name guy at the wide receiver position doesn't mean those guys aren't talented. Love that Justin Fields in his second year is coming out and defending his guys, something that you haven't seen around Bears culture in a minute, especially from anyone. I mean, Nagy didn't even defend people. Nagy was just me. So I love that he's going out and defending the group that he's working with. That's going to help Fields earn his paycheck, and he's going to help them earn their paychecks. So happy to see that. And then also, this is what really made me happy. And Tony, I want you to say any comments you got about it. But Justin Fields and Darnell Mooney last week apparently were at Halas Hall at points till 12:30 a.m. I'm not talking 12:30 after lunch. I'm talking 12:30 on a Saturday night when you should be ordering your Uber from the bar to go home safely and securely. Clearly, these guys want success with the Bears. And that's the big report about Justin Fields and Darnell Mooney's relationship out of OTAs so far. So, Tony, anything else you want to hit on before we go to the next subject?
Yep. Another guy who seems to be excited about his, I guess, almost new relationship, like what's the word? Like born again relationship, I guess, with Justin Fields is Cole Kmet. Here's kind of a quote that came out of OTAs. He said, I don't want to get into too much detail with it, but Justin's on the move a lot, referring to Luke Getsy's kind of new offensive scheme. And he said, I think he does well with that. That's been exciting to see. And you see the types of throws he can make with his legs and on the run and off schedule. Great to hear. Why not? Nagy refused to use Justin Fields' mobility, just like he refused to use Mitch's mobility. So it's great to see that Luke Getsy seems to be designing an offense with Justin Fields in mind, not just going off of what he wants to do and forcing his quarterback into it. So that's great to see.
And then also,
Nick got, I think. Yep.
Also, Cole Kmet is confirmed to be attending Tight End University again this year. It was put out earlier this morning. So if you don't know what Tight End University is, it's ran by Greg Olson,
George Kittle,
and then isn't Travis Kelce in it too?
I believe so. Yes.
So obviously the three of the biggest tight ends over the last decade are all running this tight end university. It's in Tennessee. It was in Tennessee last year. I think they might be moving it again this year to a different location, but awesome opportunity for him to work with the best of the best, to get to learn from the best of the best. I mean, we could be, the thing that I have to say about Cole Kmet is that we could be brushing him under the rug because of the offense he was put in. This guy could easily be an absolute beast in the NFL. If he were to go anywhere, he's got the body, he's got the athleticism, he's got the ability and the knowledge of a real NFL tight end. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do with Luke Getsy this year with Justin Fields. So speaking of that, someone that's going to help out Justin Fields this year is Teven Jenkins, is getting his proper spot on the offensive line. So Tony, which position is he going to? It's confirmed. It is confirmed from Jenkins that this is his position.
Yes, he is the official right tackle of the Chicago Bears. So Jenkins recently said in an interview that is where he has been during reps, which is good. Like you said, this is his proper spot. It makes 100% of sense. It makes sense 100%, something like that. He played there in college, saw his best success there. Also, it's so hard for a lineman, especially the tackles, to switch positions, because obviously he was playing a lot of left tackle last year. And it's just get him comfortable, let him maul guys, let him lead the run, probably a zone run. It sounds like that is kind of what Ryan Poles was drafting for, that zone run scheme. They're going to rely heavily on that. It's just great to see a coach and an organization, from top down, finally starting to use guys where they're supposed to be used, not where they want to just jam them in like a square peg in a round hole. It's just so refreshing. Now,
that was a great comment, by the way. Square peg in a round hole. Like, did you that was you sliding that in there.
Thank you.
Also, Jenkins had a great second half last year. When he came back from the back injury, he started slow, but again, mid-season, Bears are trying to somehow stay alive in the playoffs, and a lot of pressure was put on him. I mean, I thought he did a fantastic job in the second half of the season. All I have to say to that. So excited to see that. He looks good. Again, when I ran into him at Fat Rosie's a couple of weeks ago on Cinco de Mayo, dude's big. I mean, there is no doubt about it that he is an NFL right tackle. No doubt about that. Tony, I like Teven Jenkins a lot, and I wish him the best success for this upcoming season.
Yeah, me too. And so he's been practicing with the ones, obviously, Teven Jenkins. Now we're ready to go over to a little, it's probably nothing. I'll put that out there. It's almost likely, or it's most likely absolutely nothing. And I'll kind of get into it a little more. But Jaylon Johnson has been practicing with the 2’s right now. That's the story. Practicing with the backups. It's been Gordan and Vildor as with the ones at the moment. So he ran second team defense during the Bears' fourth OTA practice. Like I said, rookie Kyler Gordan and Kendall Vildor ran with the first team. Matt Eberflus did. This is why I think it's kind of nothing. So Matt Eberflus said he's just getting back into action right now. So we're just seeing where he is with his conditioning and those types of things. Really descriptive. Thank you, Matt. But ones and 2’s, we're moving all guys around. We have a bunch of guys with the ones, with the 2’s, and we even have some with the 3’s in there, but nothing to read into at this time. So that was Matt Eberflus. I agree with him. So basically the story that people have kind of figured out is that Jaylon, he didn't show up to voluntary OTAs. I wouldn't either. I totally respect that, especially as a veteran, or officially a veteran on this team. So this is the first actual week practicing with the new head coach, with the team that is getting. So it's clearly just like a hard-nosed, trying to set a tone kind of tactic by Eberflus, which I respect. I'm totally fine with that. Treat everyone how the same, no special treatment. Nothing to worry about. He'll be with the ones by next week, I'm sure. So what you got, Nick?
Here's my problem with that is that the problem I'm having is Johnson. It's not Eberflus. I know Jaylon Johnson is coming off an injury. I know Jaylon Johnson has injury history, but you are not locked in. This is entirely a new front office. He easily could have gotten shopped for a high pick. We stole him out of the second round. There's no doubt about it. He's one of the best corners, up and coming corners in the NFL right now. But don't go missing stuff already. Eddie Jackson even showed up to stuff. That kind of puts a little salt in the wound for me right now with Jaylon Johnson. I wish him the best. I love Jaylon Johnson. He's one of my favorite players on the roster, but you can't miss OTA unless it was for a personal reason or nursing an injury. Totally understand that. But the amount of guys like Lucas Patrick, Roquan Smith, Justin Fields, all these big name guys have been at almost every voluntary thing. Eddie Jackson came because of a signing bonus at one time, which I was like, that's kind of crappy, but he's been to everything else since. So
my last thing on it too is he did say, they obviously went and asked him about it, and he was like, I actually respect it. I like that Eberflus is basically, I understand it's a new regime. I got to earn my spot again, blah, blah, blah. So at least he seems to be handling it in stride, which is good. I think it won't be anything to worry about, hopefully. But at the same time, it's still a storyline.
Well, I think that, and also it might relight that fire that's been under him for being an underdog the last couple of years. That's why he was so mad. His rookie season, had a great rookie season, was good last year till he got hurt. I mean, there's not much more to say about it. I like the overall situation, and there's nothing to worry about. He's going to be a starter, and if he's not, he's got to earn it, just like everyone else in the NFL. So all I have to put out there. Finally, this one is newer news from Brad Biggs. Robert Quinn could be on the move by either the trade deadline before the beginning of the season, but he's mentioned that Robert Quinn wants out of Chicago. And that is only because he's on the tail. He likes Chicago. He loves Chicago. Respect for the city, respect for the organization, for dealing, especially with that bad first season that he had here. But he wants to go to a winner. He only has so many years left. He understands what Chicago's doing. They're rebuilding. And by the time a rebuild is done, this could be another year down the road. He loses another year of his career, his prime of his career. I don't blame him. Quinn last year broke the Chicago Bears single season sack record with 18.5 sacks in the season. His value is at its highest point right now, especially being on the wrong side of 30, costing the team more than $20 million in cap a year. I don't think we'll get a first rounder for him. Ryan Poles is waiting for the proper trade to come, but I could see us getting a second and a fifth for him as long as the Bears choose some of the cap. But Ryan Poles loves his picks. He's not going to take anything less than a third. That's all I got to put out there. So Tony, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, so it does stink because, like you said, he literally just set the franchise record for sacks in a season, which is obviously amazing with our history of defense in Chicago. But at the same time, Poles has clearly chosen a direction, and I'm in on it. He absolutely proved that it seems that he proved he knows what he's doing with the draft. So, that was a step in the right direction. I'm all in on Poles. A big salary, aging veteran, no matter how good, obviously he's very good, doesn't fit the current plan that they're laying out. So obviously it's unfortunate, but I think it's probably best for both sides at this point. Like you said, he definitely, for his sake, I hope he goes and he wins. Like he absolutely deserves it. He had an awesome season last year on a bad Bears team. So I'm rooting for him. But yeah, it'd be cool to get some picks out of it. Maybe even a little cap relief, whatever it ends up being.
I think honestly, I would take the cap relief over picks. I would like 20 million plus is no joke. And you got to pay.
Even if it's just extending people, it doesn't even have to be like, we don't even have to use it to like sign anyway. It could just be just get some extensions out of the way,
You got to sign Montgomery. Yeah, I mean, like if the Bears keep him, he's going to want some money. He's probably going to want at least 12 million a year. That's just what I'm thinking. So, but yeah, I'm with you. So I wish Robert Quinn the best. I hope he stays in Chicago, but I'm not going to be upset if the Bears dealt him because it's business. It's business for both sides. Mm-hmm. That's how it goes. So Tony, any more comments on OTAs before we close out?
No, I'm feeling it, man. I know it's only May. I know, football season is so far away, but what did you say? It's 81 days until the Bears play the Chiefs. Is that week one of the preseason, right?
Yeah, it's week one preseason at Soldier Field.
I'm getting ready, baby. I'm starting to feel it. I don't know. I know it'll dissipate, in June. It'll come back in July. It'll dissipate again. And then August it'll ramp up, but I'm feeling it, baby. I have a little faith. I like Eberflus. I like Poles. I'm feeling it.
Feeling it on your right shoulder right now. That's exactly.
Absolutely.
There you go. You go. Especially look right above your right shoulder. That's kind of what I meant.
Oh, that too. Yeah. Totally.
But Tony's quarterback.
That didn't go right over my head. I understood it.
But also stay tuned. Speaking of 81 days, we may have an event that we are going to be putting together. We're working with a few different venues right now, but we're hoping to have an event for Bears fans. So stay tuned for that. 81 days is a countdown tracker. We'll have more for that. But with that, thank you very much for joining this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Brody, joined alongside Tony Cepeda, and we'll see you guys next time.